Hello and pleasant good evening here from Grigsby Field, the home of the Chaffey College Panthers. Dan, right before kickoff, your thoughts of this game?
Well, after two subpar performances offensively, Riverside still is averaging over 400 yards per game, but in conference play, RCC has fallen below their average of 400 yards per game.
So that offense will have to wait just a little while there, Dan. And the offense, I think, all starts with Nicholas King.
It does. Nicholas King emerging as the #1 starter earlier in the season. We already know the story. A little bit of a quarterback controversy, but Nicholas King falling into that starting position and for sure being the #1 guy.
Yeah, he has really taken control over the last couple weeks, but so has their other quarterback, Levi Plant, the redshirt freshman. A lot of history involved with him. A number of other Chaffey College Panthers have been related to Levi Plant. Interesting history by him. He's on pace to finish 5th in Chaffey single-season history in passing yards. He has been a downfield threat in their 5-3 campaign. He operates out of the gun, a 4-wide set, trio near side, pump fake. Here goes Plant on the first play, wings it over the middle, and is caught on a bone-jarring collision by Thaddeus Lagrone for a pitching catch of around 5. That'll be Marquise Wimberly's first of the game.
Instantly, right off the bat, Chaffey coming with an unbalanced play action to the near side, completed. Good yardage. Good start so far.
Marquise Wimberly, the #1 wideout for this ball club, but the top 4 wideouts for Chaffey all have at least 25 receptions. This has been a passing ball club the entire game. Another throw, but in and out of the hands of his intended target. Now make it 3rd and about 6 from their own 30.
Jonah Moy coming in on the blitz right there, disrupting a plant right there, and incomplete pass.
Makeen far into the game as the slot. Riverside, in a dominant performance last week, they held the #1 offense in the entire league to only 21 points, and most of that came in garbage time. Here come the Chaffey Panthers, their first 3rd down test. Shotgun snap, slings it near side, and the catch is made, and right near a first down is his intended target, Michael Robert, the sophomore, and that just indeed moved the chains, making a 6-yard pickup.
Chaffey coming out through 3 straight plays, all passes, and so far so good.
Yeah, Chaffey, you talked about the offensive ineptitude. This has been a ball club that hasn't exactly gotten the same amount of plays that they've wanted to the last couple weeks, but they've still been able to win. Chaffey started 2-3, then rattled off 3 straight victories, but they have been relatively close. Their last win, an 11-point affair against El Camino College. And with a win, it'd be Chaffey that holds the #1 spot in the National Central Conference, and they're looking pretty good so far. First handoff, there goes to Ricky Moland, and he's out to around the 38-yard line. And, Dan, your thoughts about how Riverside will match up against a passing offense to the caliber of Chaffey College?
Well, you've got the #1 defense on one side and a decent offense on the other side in Chaffey, so I think the advantage will obviously have to go to RCC tonight.
We've played the #2 ball club in the National Central Conference for back-to-back weeks. And here comes Chaffey, who's looking to crawl back to #1. A quick throw out to Michael Robert. He's got room. And a convoy out in front, and there he goes. It'll be a first down pickup for the sophomore out to around the 45-yard line. Quick throws, couple screens, and Chaffey's on the move here, Dan.
Tyler Telfy with that reception right there. Just a simple swing pass to the far side, and good yardage there. Good enough for that first down.
You know, the Chaffey Panthers, for being so dominant offensively, they seem to get just about everyone involved. They have 4 players with at least 25 catches and a couple touchdowns. Ricky Moland flanks the quarterback, and he gets the call here. Shimmies the 45 and crawls forward to right at midfield. That'll be a 5-yard pickup. Running pass, it has been nothing short of a dominant first drive here for Chaffey.
It has. I mean, a little bit of everything we've seen. Let's see if they could convert on this second down, though.
Well, we all know about what happened last time Riverside has played in the heat. Their last afternoon game was the Week 3 contest against Chaffey College, an unranked Griffins team, and really they took it to the #1 team in the state. Now it's Riverside that has crawled back to being the #1 in Southern California. A trio to the near side. Here comes Riverside on the defense. And off goes to Ricky Moland, and another 4-yard pickup just shy of the first down. And after 8 plays here, it's not pretty, but they are slowly picking apart that Riverside defense.
Yeah, right there, Ricky Mullen, their number 1 running back, off of 77 rushes, already over 400 yards.
And you add the fact that he had a touchdown just a couple weeks ago. He fumbled the football, and Riverside may have hopped on top of it, and indeed they do. Recovery was made for the Tigers, I believe, by Trayvon Watson. But it was a fumble. Ricky Mullen's second fumble in the conference. And Dan, very early, that is not a mistake that you want to see.
Yeah, but that's exactly the mistake RCC wants to see. Now 12 fumbles in the season for Chaffee. Not exactly the season, how they want to end the regular season.
That is the issue with Chaffee. For being such a dominant offense, it's always been, and also we have a personal foul against the Tigers, so they will start at their own 29. But the problem is the turnovers there, Dan. They were able over the last 3 weeks to minimize the amount of turnovers, and also that defense, they recorded 5 interceptions over the last 3 weeks. So defensively, they've gotten things going, and they'll be put to the test very early. Tigers start from their own 29, Dan.
We'll see what Nicholas King could come out with. Let's see what the game plan is. Do they keep him in the pocket, or do they unleash him like they did against Long Beach?
Yeah, he was unleashed. Denzel Foster, he was the bell cow in that performance. Foster and King have combined for over 92% of the offense, which means that really this is the lifeblood of the Tigers. Here goes the opening handoff to Foster. Shimmies outside, has room, 25, picks up a block, 30, and crawls his way to around the 33-yard line, making a gain of 8.
Denzel Foster in the year, over 550 yards, 4 touchdowns, and just 1 lone fumble. So he's worthy of trust right there, Denzel Foster. It always seems like when he has the ball, something's about to happen right there. A gain of 8, and it sure looked like it was going to be a lot more than that.
Yeah, Denzel Foster out of JW North, the sophomore. No offers by him yet this season, but I'm sure he's well on his way. He ranks in the top 20 in yards from scrimmage because he's one of the best receivers for the Tigers this year. False start, though, by the offense. Make it 2nd and 8. That'll be the 30th false start for the Tigers this year.
Wow.
It's been horrendous as far as penalties are concerned. Pistol set, handoff to Foster, and down he goes. That'll be a loss of 3. The run is clamped down for the Panthers by Mateli Kauka, and Dan, that was too easy.
It was. No movement from the offensive line. Instead, the movement came from that defensive line right there. Total penetration, stopping them in the background for a loss.
After a false start and a run for a loss of 2, you go from a 2nd and 2 to a 3rd and 9. Empty set, shotgun snap. King looking left, wings it over the middle. Caught by Isaac Whitney. He's got room, 1st and more, and down he goes at the 45. That'll be a pitch and catch at 16. And where in the world was Isaac Whitney the last couple weeks, Dan?
Over the last 2 weeks, he's only gotten 2 catches, and so that's been a little bit of a concern. It's good to see that on a 3rd and long situation, Nicholas King is totally confident in his USC-bound Isaac Whitney receiver.
Yeah, the last offer for Whitney was to the University of Southern California.
Yes, that was just an offer.
But no, he has nobody to blame but himself. That's the 3rd catch for Whitney over the last 3 weeks, but on 15 targets. He just simply has not been a reliable wideout for them. Denzel Foster for a 9-yard pickup. Whitney, 10 different offers, but he's favoring 3. Therefore, he's reached a final 3. Cal, Louisville, and West Virginia, he announced, are his top 3. But interestingly enough, the number 1 team on that list is USC. And that is, boy, to get an offer from USC is frankly a dream, as the pass is caught for what should be a loss of about 2 or 3. That catch was made by Jermel Walker. 3rd down, yet another time for the Tigers. Make it 3rd and 6.
Currently in the year, Riverside is at 36% on 3rd down, so it's something they must improve on. We'll see if this one here will be converted.
But 3rd downs and 6 or less, the Tigers have been 63%, Dan, over the last 4 weeks. And you talk about those 3rd and shorts. That was what killed Mount Sac when we played them a couple weeks ago. It was in the 4th quarter. We just kept picking up the 3rd downs if you're Riverside College. This is a 3rd and 6. Empty set, 5 wide receivers. King slings it over the middle, has his man. That's Whitney again, has room. And there he goes, carrying 2 or 3 Chaffee defenders all the way into enemy territory down to the 30. That'll be a catch and run of 21 for Isaac Whitney. Move the chains.
Isaac Whitney showing the skills when the ball's in his hands. Get the ball to him, and he decides to create a bunch of movement in order to get big yardage there.
That's what made him one of the most highly touted receivers in JUCO state history, Dan. He's been flat-out phenomenal outside of those two gaffes the last couple weeks. Play action fake. King wings it long, going end zone. But over the head of Isaac Whitney. Incomplete, 2nd and 10.
It seems like Isaac Whitney is definitely going to be involved in this one already. Targeted 3 times
already.
Early.
Yeah. The game plan, I'm sure, is to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. Denzel Foster, 3 carries and 2 catches for Isaac Whitney. 8th play of the drive, 2nd down on a march that started from their own 29. Tigers have the ball sitting at the 30 of Chaffee. Again, welcome live to Grigsby Field. Dan Godino joining you here alongside Nick Rice. 4 wide set. Foster flanks the quarterback. They bring the blitz. Wings it underneath. Has his man. That'll be a catch and run of 5 for Duran Burton, his 2nd catch of the season. Make it now 3rd and 6.
Durham, we haven't seen at all, it seems like, all season. But right there, decided to go on an out pattern to the near side there. And 5 yards, decent yardage, and it'll be a 3rd and short.
Riverside already converted twice on 3rd downs today. Isaac Whitney has been the recipient of both, but he's out of the game. 4 wide set and whistles blow. That may be and is a timeout called by the Tigers. They're in no man's land. Jimmy Camacho's career high is just a 43-yard field goal attempt. But when he's inside 43, Dan, he is 11 for 11 on the year.
Wow. It seems like he would be considered an All-American, but not just yet. He's
Not
got to
just
be able
yet.
to hit those from beyond the 40-yard mark.
He is just a freshman. Plenty of room to improve if you're the Citrus Hill product. But what's the play call here on a 3rd down, Dan? You're early in the first quarter, and we all know about how they gave up the lead against Grossmont. How do you get the ball in the end zone here?
Well, I'd put it in my playmakers. I definitely would give it to Nicholas King. If he doesn't find any of his receivers, let him take off.
Nicholas King, you take a look at the numbers there, Dan, and he's been highly impressive for the Tigers running the football as well. The sophomore with 341 yards rushing. This is a quarterback, mind you, and this is just his 6th game of the season. We'll see if that 4.9140 is put to work here on a 3rd down and 4. Ball sits at the 25. Isaac Whitney into the game. Michael Stallone in as the man in the slot. Denzel Foster flanks the quarterback. Out he goes, swings it out to Foster, has room, 25, and reaching forward for the 1st down, and he may be just a bit short. Yes, they are. 4th and 1, and the Tigers have their offense still on the field, Dan.
Well, Coach Tom Kraft elected to go to his other playmaker right there, swing past it near side to Denzel Foster. Denzel Foster known to make moves, so low risk, but no reward.
I think this is no risk if you talk about 4th down, keeping your offense out there, Dan, because you only have this possession because of the turnover by Chaffee.
So true.
You're playing with house money. You may as well try and cash in with the big 1st down. They need to reach the 20-yard line in order to move the chains. They're from the 22. Foster to the left tip of Nicholas King. A 4 wide set, and back goes King. He'll take it himself, and he's got the 1st down. Carrying Chaffee defenders all the way to the 15-yard line. Did he fumble the football? Yes, he did. Well,
right
the
there.
Tigers, 11 plays, 70 yards down the field. They enter the red zone, and, boy, just the same exact script of the Chaffee first drive. That'll be a fumble, and now the Panthers, a golden opportunity. They get it right back.
Riverside right there electing to get a little too greedy. He already had the 1st down, talking about Nicholas King, and deciding to get that extra 2 or 3 yards, but that cost him.
Well, we talked about Nicholas King and how efficient he was with the football. That'll be the 2nd fumble in as many weeks for the redshirt sophomore King. And now with no score, 7:13 to go, Chaffee starts from their own 10. Play action fake. King off the bootleg, fires on the run, and has Marquise Wimberly out to the 40, zigzags 42, and Trayvon Watson can't bring him down. Finally, Jonah Moy cleans up the mess at the 44. That'll be a catch and run of 32, Dan, all the way near midfield.
A very rare play let go right there for the Riverside Tigers. Usually you get a lot of pressure onto that quarterback, but right there, Plant had plenty of room.
And he moves the chains. Play action, it'll be a read option for Plant, who dives right at the midfield stripe, gain of 6. Marquise Wimberly off the big catch. He got an offer from Weber State all the way near Salt Lake City in Utah. And you take a look at the dominance, if you will, of Riverside's wide receivers, but boy, it's been right around the same story for Chaffey this year. Wimberley getting an offer from Weber State, and also Washington State is where Alec Dana's going to go. He's the man in the slot on a 2nd and 4. Right